हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज एनसीईआरटी का चैप्टर नंबर 8 सेल द यूनिट ऑफ लाइफ फुल चैप्टर रीड करेंगे। G.N. Ramachandran, an outstanding figure in the field of protein structure, was the founder of the Madras School of Conformational Analysis of Biopolymers. His discovery of the triple helical structure of collagen, published in Nature in 1954, and his analysis of the allowed conformation of protein through the use of the Ramachandran plot rank among the most outstanding contributions in structural biology. He was born on October 8, 1922, in a small town not far from Cooking on the southwestern coast of India. His father was a professor of mathematics at a local college and thus had considerable influence in shaping Ramchandran's interest in mathematics. After completing his school years, Ramchandran graduated in 1942 as the top ranking student in the BSc Honours Physics course of the University of Madras. He received a PhD from Cambridge University in 1949. While at Cambridge, Ramchandran met Linus Pauling and was deeply influenced by his publications on models of the alpha helicals and beta sheet structure that directed his attention to solving the structure of collagen. He passed away at the age of 78 on April 7, 2001. Chapter 8, Cell the Unit of Life. When you look around, you see both living and non-living things. You must have wondered and asked yourself, what is that makes an organism living, or what is it the an inanimate thing does not have which a living thing has? The answer to this is the presence of the basic unit of life, the cell, in all living organisms. All organisms are composed of cells. Some are composed of a single cell and are called unicellular organism, while others, like us, composed of many cells, are called multicellular organism. What is a cell? Unicellular organisms are capable of independent existence, and number second, performing the essential function of life. Anything less than a complete structure of a cell does not ensure independent living. Hence, cell is the fundamental structure and functional unit of all living organisms. Anton von Leeuwenhoek first saw and described a live cell. Robert Brown later discovered the nucleus. The invention of the microscope and its improvement leading to the electron microscope revealed all the structural details of the cell theory. In 1838, Matthias Sladen, a German botanist, examined a large number of plants and observed that all plants are composed of different kinds of cells which form the tissue of the plant at about the same time. Theodore Swan, 1839, a British zoologist studied different types of animal cells and reported that cells had a thin outer layer which is today known as the plasma membrane. He also concluded, based on his studies on plant tissue, that the presence of cell wall is a unique character of the plant cells. On the basis of this, Swan proposed the hypothesis that the bodies of animals and plants are composed of cells and products of cells. Sladen and Swan together formulated the cell theory. This theory, however, did not explain as to how new cells were formed. Rudolf Virchow, 1855, first explained that cells divided and new cells are formed from pre-existing cells, omnicellula, e-cellula. He modified the hypothesis of Sladen and Swan to give the cell theory a final shape. Cell theory, as understood today, is number first, all living organisms are composed of cells and products of cells. Number second, all cells arise from pre-existing cells. An overview of cells. You have earlier observed cell in an onion peel and or human cheek cells under the microscope. Let us recollect their structure. The onion cell, which is a typical plant cell, has a distinct cell wall as its outer boundary, and just within it is the cell membrane. The cell of the human cheek have an outer membrane as the delimiting structure of the cells. Inside each cell is a dense membrane bound structure called nucleus. This nucleus contains the chromosome, which in turn contain the genetic material, DNA. Cells that have membrane bound nuclei are called eukaryotic, where cells that lack a membrane bound nucleus are prokaryotic. In both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, a semi-fluid matrix called cytoplasm occupies the volume of the cell. The cytoplasm is the main arena of cellular activities in both the plant and animal cells. Various chemical reactions occur in it to keep the cell in the living state. Besides the nucleus, the eukaryotic cells have other membrane-bound distinct structure called organelles like the endoplasmic reticulum, the Golgi complex, lysosome, mitochondria, microbodies, and vacuoles. The prokaryotic cells lack such membrane-bound organelles. Ribosomes are non-membrane-bound organelles found in all cells, both eukaryotic as well as prokaryotic. Within the cell, ribosomes are found not only in the cytoplasm but also within the two organelles, chloroplast in plasma and mitochondria, and on rough endoplasmic reticulum. Animal cells contain another non-membrane bound organelle called centrosome, which help in cell division. Cells differ greatly in size, shape, and activities. Figure 8.1. For example, mycoplasma, the smallest cell, are only 0.3 micrometer in length, while bacteria could be 3 to 5 micrometer. The largest isolated single cell is the egg of an ostrich. Among multicellular organisms, human red blood cells are about 7.0 micrometer in diameter. Nerve cells are some of the longest cells. Cells also vary greatly in their shape. They may be disc-like, polygonal, columnar, cuboidal, thread-like, or even irregular. The shape of the cell may vary with the function they perform. Red blood cells, round and biconcave. White blood cells, amoeboid. Columnar epithelium cells, long and narrow. Nerve cells, branched and long. Atrachid mesophyll cells. Prokaryotic cells. The prokaryotic cells are represented by bacteria, blue-green algae, mycoplasma, and pleuropneumonia-like organisms. They are generally smaller and multiply more rapidly than the eukaryotic cells. Figure 8.2. They may vary greatly in shape and size. The four basic shapes of bacteria are bacillus, rod-like, coccus, spherical, vibrio coma-shaped, and spirulum, spiral. The organization of the prokaryotic cell is fundamentally similar even though prokaryotes exhibit a wide variety of shapes and functions. All prokaryotic have a cell wall surrounding the cell membrane. Except in mycoplasma, the fluid matrix filling in the cell is the cytoplasm. There is no well-defined nucleus. The genetic material is basically not enveloped by a nuclear membrane. In addition to the genomic DNA, the single chromosome or circular DNA, many bacteria have small circular DNA outside the genomic DNA. These smaller DNA are called plasmids. The plasmid DNA confirms certain unique phenotypic characters to such bacteria. One such character is resistance and antibiotics. In higher classes, you will learn that this plasmid DNA is used to monitor bacterial transformation with virgin DNA. Nuclear membrane is found in eukaryotes. No organelles like the ones in eukaryotes are found in prokaryotic cells except for ribosomes. Prokaryotes have something unique in the form of inclusions. A specialized differentiated form of the cell membrane called mesosome is the characteristic of prokaryotes. They are essentially enfolding of cell membrane. Diagrammatic showing comparison of eukaryotic cell with the other organism. Typical bacteria 1 to 2 micrometer, PPLO 0.1 micrometer, viruses 0.02 to 0.2 micrometer, eukaryotic cell 10 to 20 micrometer. Cell envelope and its modification. Most prokaryotic cells, particularly the bacteria cells, have a chemically complex envelope. The cell envelope consists of a tightly bound three-layered structure. For example, the outermost glycocalyx followed by the cell wall and then the plasma membrane. All throughout each layer of the envelope performs distinct functions. They act together a single protective unit. Bacteria can be classified into two groups on the basis of the difference in the cell envelopes and the manner in which they respond to the staining procedures developed by Gram. Those that take up the Gram stain are Gram positive and the other that do not are called Gram negative bacteria. Glycocalyx differ in composition and thickness among different bacteria. It could be a loose sheath cells, the slime layer in some, while in others it may be thick and tough, called the capsule. The cell wall determines the shape of the cell and provides a strong structural support to prevent the bacterium from bursting or collapsing. The plasma membrane is selectively permeable in nature and interacts with the outside world. This membrane is similar structurally to that of the eukaryotes. A special membrane structure is the mesosome, which is formed by the extensions of plasma membrane into the cell. These extensions are in the form of vesicles, tubules, and lamella. They help in the cell wall formation of DNA replication and distribution of daughter cells. They also help in respiration secretion process to increase the surface area of the plasma membrane and enzymatic content. In some prokaryotes like cyanobacteria, there are other membrane extensions into the cytoplasm called chromatophores, which contains pigments. Bacterial cells may be motile or non-motile. If motile, they have thin filamentous extensions from their cell wall called flagella. Bacteria show a range in the number and arrangement of flagella. Bacterial flagellum is composed of three parts: filament, hook, and basal body. The filament is the longest portion and extensions from the cell surface to the outside. Besides flagella, pillae and fimbriae are also surface structure of the bacteria but do not play a role in motility. The pillae are elongated tubular structure made of a special protein. The fimbriae are a small bristle-like fibers sprouting out of the cell. In some bacteria, they are known to help attach the bacteria to rock in streams and also to the host tissue. Ribosome and inclusion bodies. In prokaryotes, ribosomes are associated with the plasma membrane of the cell. They are about 15 nm by 20 nm in size and are made up of two subunits, 50S and 30S unit, which when present together form 70S. Prokaryotic ribosome. Ribosomes are the site of protein synthesis. Several ribosomes may attach to a single mRNA and form a chain called polyribosome or polysome. The ribosome of a polysome translate the mRNA into proteins. Inclusion bodies. Reverse material in prokaryotic cells are stored in the cytoplasm in the form of inclusion bodies. These are not bound by any membrane system and life free in the cytoplasm. For example, phosphate granules, cyanophysine granules, and glycogen granules. Gas vacuoles are found in blue, green, and purple and green photosynthetic bacteria. Eukaryotic cells. The eukaryotic include all the protists, plants, animals, and fungi. In eukaryotic cells, there is extensive compartmentalization of cytoplasm through the presence of membrane-bound organelles. Eukaryotic cells possess an organized nucleus with the nuclear envelope. In addition, eukaryotic cells have a variety of complex locomotory and cytoskeleton structure. Their genetic material is organized into chromosomes. All eukaryotic cells are not identical. Plant and animal cells are different as the former possess cell walls. Plastids are a large central vacuole which are absent in animal cells. On the other hand, animal cells have centrioles which are absent in almost all plant cells. Figure 8.3. This is animal cells. This is animal cells. Then this is plant cells. Let us now look at individual cell portions to understand structure and function. Cell membrane. The detailed structure of the membrane was studied only after the advent on the electron microscope in the 1950s. Meanwhile, chemical studies on the cell membrane, especially in human red blood cell RBCs, enabled the scientists to deduce the possible structure of plasma membrane. These studies showed that the cell membrane is mainly composed of lipids and proteins. The major lipids are phospholipids that are arranged in a bilayer. Also, the lipids are arranged within the membrane with the polar head towards the outer side and the hydrophobic tails towards the inner part. This ensures that the non-polar tail of saturated hydrocarbons is protected from the aqueous environment. Figure 8.4. In addition to phospholipids, membrane also contains cholesterol. Later biochemical investigation clearly revealed that the cell membrane also possesses protein and carbohydrate. The ratio of protein and lipids varies considerably in different cell types. In human beings, the cell membrane of the erythrocyte has approximately 50% protein and 40% lipids. Depending on the age of extraction, membrane protein can be classified in integral and peripheral. Peripheral protein lie on the surface of membrane, while the integral protein are partially or totally buried in the membrane. Fluid mosaic model of plasma membrane structure. An improved model of the structure of cell membrane was proposed by Singer and Nicholson 1972, widely accepted as fluid mosaic model. Figure 8.4. According to this, the quasi-fluid nature of lipid enables lateral movement of proteins within the overall bilayer. This ability to move within the membrane is measured as its fluidity. The fluid nature of the membrane is also important from the point of view of functions like cell growth, formation of intercellular junction, secretion, endocytosis, cell division, etc. One of the most important functions of the plasma membrane is the transport of the molecules across it. The membrane is selectively permeable to some molecules present on either side of it. Many molecules can move briefly across the membrane without any requirement of energy, and this is called the passive transport. Neutral solutes may move across the membrane by the process of simple diffusion along the concentration gradient. For example, from higher concentration to the lower, water may also move across this membrane from higher to lower concentration. Movement of water by diffusion is called osmosis. As the polar molecules cannot pass through the non-polar lipid bilayer, they require a carrier protein of the membrane to facilitate their transport across the membrane. A few ions or molecules are transported across the membrane against their concentration gradient from lower to the higher concentration. Such as a transport is an energy dependent process in which ATP is utilized and is called active transport. For example, sodium and potassium pump. Cell wall. As you may recall, a non-living rigid structure called the cell wall forms an outer covering for the plasma membrane of fungi and plants. Cell wall not only gives shape to the cell and protects the cell from mechanical damage and infections, it also helps in cell-to-cell interaction and provides barrier to undesirable macromolecules. Algae have cell wall made up of cellulose, galactons, mannans, and minerals like calcium carbonate. While in other plants, it consists of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectins, and proteins. The cell wall of a young plant cell, the primary wall, is capable of growth, which gradually diminishes as the cell matures, and the secondary wall is formed on the inner towards membrane side of the cell. The mid-lamella is a layer mainly of calcium pectate which holds or glues the different neighboring cells together. The cell wall is mid-lamella may be transferred by the plasmodesmata which connect the cytoplasm of neighboring cells. Endomembrane system, which each of the membrane organelles is distinct in terms of its structure and functional. Many of these are considered together as an endomembrane system because their functions are coordinated. The endomembrane system include endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosome, and vacuole. Since the function of the mitochondria, chloroplast, and peroxisomes are not coordinated with the above components, these are not considerable as part of the endomembrane system. The endoplasmic reticulum. Electron microscope study of eukaryotic cells reveal the presence of a network of reticulum of tiny tubular structure scattered in the cytoplasm that is called the endoplasmic reticulum. Figure 8.5. Hence, endoplasmic reticulum divides in the intracellular space into two distinct compartments for luminal inside endoplasmic reticulum and extraluminal cytoplasm compartments. The endoplasmic reticulum after shows ribosomes attached to their outer surface. The endoplasmic reticulum bearing ribosome on their surface is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. In the absence of ribosome, they appear smooth and are called smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum observed in the cell actively involved in protein synthesis and secretion. They are extensive and continuous with the outer membrane of the nucleus. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum is the major site of synthesis of lipid in animal cells. Lipid like steroidal hormones are synthesized in smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Diagram of endoplasmic reticulum. Golgi apparatus. Camillo Golgi 1898 first observed densely stained reticular structure near the nucleus. These were later named Golgi bodies after him. They consist of many flat disc sacs of cisternae of 0.5 micrometer to 1.0 micrometer diameter. Figure 8.6. These are stacked parallel to each other. Varied number of cisternae are present in a Golgi complex. The Golgi cisternae are concentrically arranged near the nucleus with distinct convex sheaths or the forming figure of Golgi apparatus. Forming phase and concave trans or the maturing phase. The cis and the trans phase of the organelle are entirely different but interconnected. The Golgi apparatus principally perform the function of packaging materials to be delivered either to the intracellular targets or secreted outside the cells. Materials to be packaged in the form of vesicles from the endoplasmic reticulum fuse with the cis phase of the Golgi apparatus and move towards the maturing phase. This explains why the Golgi apparatus remains in close association with the endoplasmic reticulum. A number of proteins synthesized by ribosome on the endoplasmic reticulum are modified in the cisternae of the Golgi apparatus before they are released from its trans phase. Golgi apparatus is the important site of formation of glycoproteins and glycolipids. Lysosomes. These are membrane bound vascular structure formed by the process of packaging in the Golgi apparatus. The isolated lysosomes vesicles have been found to be very rich in almost all type of hydrolytic enzymes, hydrolases, lipase, protease, carbohydrates, optimally active at the acidic pH. These enzymes are capable of digesting carbohydrate, proteins, lipids, and nucleic acid. Vacuoles. The vacuoles in the membrane bound space found in the cytoplasm. It contains water, safe excretory product, and other materials not useful for the cell. The vacuoles is bound by a single membrane called tonoplast. In plant cells, the vacuole can occupy up to 90% of the volume of the cell. In plants, the tonoplast facilitates the transport of a number of ions and other materials against concentration gradient into the vacuoles. Hence, their concentration is significantly higher in the vacuole than in the cytoplasm. In amoeba, the contractile vacuole is important for osmoregulation and excretion in many cells. As in protists, food vacuoles are formed by engulfing the food particles. Mitochondria. Mitochondria, singular mitochondrion. Unless specially stand are not easily visible under the microscope, the number of mitochondria per cell is variable depending on the physiological activity of the cells. In terms of shape and size, also considerable degree of variability is observed. Typically, it is sausage shaped or cylindrical, having a diameter of 0.2 to 1.0 micrometer, average 0.5 micrometer, and length 1.0 to 4.1 micrometer. Each mitochondria is a double structure of mitochondria. Crista, matrix, intermembrane space, inner membrane space, outer membrane. Membrane bond structure with the outer membrane and the inner membrane, dividing its lumen distinctly into two aqueous compartments. For example, the outer compartment and the inner compartment. The inner compartment is filled with the dense homogeneous substance called the matrix. The outer membrane forms the continuous limiting boundary of the organelle. The inner membrane forms a number of infolding called the cristae, single crista. Towards the matrix, the cristae increase the surface area. The two membranes have their own specific enzyme associated with the mitochondrial functions. Mitochondria are the sites of aerobic respiration that produce cellular energy in the form of ATP. Hence, they are called powerhouse of the cell. The matrix also possesses single circle DNA molecule, a few RNA molecules, ribosomes, 70S, and the components required for the synthesis of proteins. The mitochondria divide by fission. Plastids. Plastids are found in all plant cells and in euglenoids. These are easily observed under the microscope as they are large. They bear some specific pigments, thus imparting a specific color to the plants. Based on the type of pigments, plastids can be classified into chloroplasts, chromoplasts, and leucoplasts. The chloroplasts contain chlorophyll and carotenoid pigments, which are responsible for trapping light energy essential for photosynthesis. In the chromoplast, fat-soluble carotenoid pigments like carotene, xanthophyll, and others are present. This gives the part of the plant a yellow, orange, or red colored. The leucoplasts are the colorless plastids of varied shape and size with stored nutrients. Amyloplasts store carbohydrates, starch, for example, potato. Eleoplasts store oils and fats. Whereas the eleuroplasts store proteins. Majority of the chloroplasts of the green plants are found in the mesophyll cells of the leaves. These are lens-shaped, oval, spherical, discoid, or even ribbon-like organelles having variable length 5 to 10 micrometer and width 2 to 4 micrometer. Their number varies from 1% of the Chlamydomonas, a green alga, to 20 to 40% in the mesophyll. Like mitochondria, the chloroplasts are also double membrane bound. Of the two, the inner chloroplast membrane is relatively less permeable. The space limited by the inner membrane of the chloroplast is called the stroma. A number of organized flattened membranous sacs called the thylakoids are present in the stroma. Figure 8.10. Thylakoids are arranged in stacks like the peals of coins called flat membranes. Tubules called the stroma lamellae connecting the thylakoids of the different grana. The membrane of thylakoids encloses a space called the lumen. The stroma of the chloroplast contains enzyme required for the synthesis of carbohydrates and protein. The also contains a small double-stranded circular DNA molecules and ribosomes. Chlorophyll pigments are present in the thylakoids. The ribosome of the chloroplast are small, 70S, then the cytoplasmic ribosomes, 80S. Ribosomes. Ribosomes are the granular structure first observed under the electron microscope as dense particles by George Plaidy 1953. They are composed of ribonucleic acid, RNA, and protein and are not surrounded by any membrane. The eukaryotic ribosome are 80S, while the prokaryotic ribosome are 70S. Each ribosome has two subunits, large and smaller subunits. Figure 8.9. The two subunits 80S ribosomes are 60S and 40S, while that 70S ribosome are 50S and 30S. Here, as Swedberg's unit stand for the sedimentation coefficient. It is indirectly a measure of the density and size. Both 70S and 80S ribosome are composed of two subunits. Ribosome. Cytoskeleton. An elaborate network of filamentous proteinaceous structure consisting of microtubules, microfilaments, and intermediate filaments present in the cytoplasm is collectively referred to as the cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton in a cell are involved in many functions such as mechanical support, motility, maintenance of the shape of the cell. Structure of electron microscope. Diagrammatic representation internal structure. Plasma membrane. Microtubules. Cilia and flagella. Cilia, single cilium, and flagella, single flagellum, are hair-like outgrowths of the cell membrane. Cilia are a small structure which work like oars, causing the movement of either the cell or the surrounding fluid. Flagella are comparatively longer and responsible for the cell movement. The prokaryotic bacteria also possess flagella, but these are structurally different from that the eukaryotic flagella. The electron microscope, a study of a calcium of the flagellum, shows that they are covered with plasma membrane. Their core, called the exoneme, possesses a number of microtubules running parallel to the long axis. The exoneme usually has 9 doublets or radially arranged peripheral microtubules and a pair of centrally located microtubules. Such an arrangement of exonemal microtubules are referred to as the 9+2 array. The central tubules are connected by a bridge and is also enclosed by a central sheath which is connected to one of the tubules of each peripheral doublets by a radial spoke. Thus, there are 9 radial spokes. The peripheral doublets are also interconnected by linkers. Both the cilium and flagellum emerge from centriole-like structure called the basal bodies. Centrosome and centriole. Centrosome is an organelle usually containing two cylindrical structures called centrioles. They are surrounded by a amorphous pericentriolar materials. Both the centrioles in a centrosome lie perpendicular to each other, in which each has an organization like the cartwheel. They are made up of 9 evenly spaced peripheral fibrils of tubulin protein. Each of the peripheral fibril is a triplet. The adjacent triplets are also linked. The central part of the proximal region of the centriole is also proteinaceous and called the hub, which is connected with tubules of the peripheral triplets by radial spokes made up of protein. The centriole forms the basal body of cilia or flagella and spindle fiber that give rise to a spindle apparatus during cell division and in animal cells. Nucleus. Nucleus is a cell organelle was first discovered by Robert Brown early as 1831. Later, the material of the nucleus extended by the basic was given the name chromatin by Fleming. The interphase nucleus of a cell when it is not dividing has highly extended and elaborate nucleoprotein fibers called chromatin, nuclear matrix, and one or more spherical bodies called nucleus, single nucleus. Electron microscopy has revealed that the nuclear envelope, which consists of two parallel membranes with a space between 10 to 20 nm called the perinuclear space, forms a barrier between the materials present inside the nucleus as that of the cytoplasm. The outer membrane usually remains continuous with the endoplasmic reticulum and also be a ribosome on it. At a number of places, the nuclear envelope is interrupted by minute pores which are formed by the fusion of its two membranes. These nuclear pores are the passage through which movement of RNA and protein molecules takes place in both directions between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Normally, there is only one nucleus per cell. Variations in the number of nuclei are also frequently observed. Can you recollect name of organisms that have more than one nucleus per cell? What? Some mature cell even lack nucleus. For example, erythrocyte of many mammals and sieve tube cells of vascular plants. Would you consider these cells a living what? The nuclear matrix of the nucleoplasm containing nucleolus and chromatin. The nucleoli are spherical structure present in the nucleoplasm. The content of nucleus is continuous with the rest of the nucleoplasm as it is not a membrane bound structure and it is a site for active ribosomal RNA synthesis. Larger and more numerous nuclei are present in cell actively carrying out protein synthesis. Structure of nucleus: nucleoplasm, nucleolus, nuclear pore, nuclear membrane. You may recall that the interphase nucleus has a loose and distinct network of nucleoprotein fibers called chromatin, but during different stages of cell division, cells structure chromosomes in place of the nucleus. Chromatin contains DNA and some basic proteins called histones, some non-histone protein and also RNA. A single human cell has approximately 2 meter long thread of DNA distributed among its 23 pairs chromosomes. You will study the details of DNA packaging in the form of chromosomes in class 12th. Every chromosome visible only in dividing cells essentially has a primary constriction or the centromere on the side of which disc-shaped structure called kinetochores are present. Figure 8.12. Centromere holds two chromatin or chromosome. Based on the position of the centromere, the chromosomes can be classified into four types. For figure 8.13, the metacentric chromosome has middle centromere forming two equal arms of the chromosome. The submetacentric chromosome has centromere slightly away from the middle of the chromosome, resulting into one shorter arm and one larger arm. In case of acrocentric chromosome, one extremely short and one very long arm, whereas the telocentric chromosome has a terminal chromosome. Figure of chromosome kinetochore. Types of chromosome based on position of centromere. Sometimes a few chromosomes have non-staining secondary constriction at a constant location. This gives the appearance of a small fragment called the satellite. Microbodies. Many membrane-bound minute vesicles called microbodies that contain various enzymes are present in both plant and animal cells. Chapter is completed.